the trailer for The Sims 4 Life and Death expansion pack just dropped. I gotta be honest, I'm actually excited for this pack and I think it looks pretty good. I'm gonna be going over what I personally noticed in the trailer. Of course, please tell me what you noticed, some gameplay details. So first, just going in this trailer, I gotta admit I have a little bit of a bias for these kind of trailers that have a full storyline, almost a Generations feel to it. I will admit it doesn't seem as heavy on supernatural as some people might be hoping. There definitely is some nuance here, and I think it sounds pretty interesting. We've got funerals, we have a grieving process, we have a new active career as the Grim Reaper. Even just the build, buy, and cast is right up my alley. I just feel like so many things present in this trailer are something I personally would use. It just feels fresh, interesting, exciting to me, and I don't usually say that about Sims 4 packs recently. I also do think this would integrate well with tons of other packs while still standing on its own and looking and feeling unique. Of course, I'm not saying this is going to be really detailed or in-depth. I don't know how it is going to actually be executed, but in theory, this could actually add dimension and meaning to Sims' lives. I think this would be great whether you're a family gameplay or you like a cult gameplay or both like me. I think that this adds meaning, like I said, to Sims' lives and just adds a new texture and element to the game. In this way, even if it doesn't seem like it has enough content for an expansion pack, I would say it does feel like an expansion pack, at least on its basis. And the reason is it does truly expand your gameplay, at least in theory, and I'm not saying for sure it's going to turn out super well. And of course, pack integration is key, at least something like Realm of Magic. I definitely like the somewhat supernatural elements to this, but like I said, I don't know for sure how hard it will go one way or the other, because this is just the reveal trailer. We will be getting a gameplay trailer and of course I'm sure a live stream. Now I just want to say having actually graveyards to visit is fantastic. Of course it's a Sims 4 pack, so I'm not saying it's going to be life-changing, no pun intended, but was I impressed with this trailer? I absolutely was. And we're gonna actually go into some of the gameplay details and then we'll go back and look a little bit closer at the trailer itself. The official blog actually is now up, so we don't have to rely on that leak. And let me tell you, I like a lot of what I'm seeing here. Every ending means a new beginning, which begs the question, what awaits Sims in the beyond? Venture into the haunting realm of Ravenwood, where 3 distinct neighborhoods await exploration, each with its own connection to the shadowy passage between life and what's next. Your Sim will have a chance to craft a bucket list, resolve lingering unfinished business in the afterlife, wield new ghostly powers to unleash mayhem, kindness, or something in between, and even undergo a rebirth. So let's get this straight, the neighborhoods and the world itself probably pretty standard for an expansion pack. However, a bucket list, again, I love that for overall enriching the game if it actually is meaningful. We also have unfinished business in the afterlife, don't really know what that's going to entail, and it does look like ghosts are also getting upgrade. So far so good, and some really interesting concepts here. Now this is a look at the world right here. Now I will say this does look pretty typical for a middle town square. We all know how that goes, but still I think there's enough unique about the world architecture that it is going to feel somewhat fresh. Now I like this idea in theory, but it is The Sims 4, so I could see this getting it somewhat out of hand if we have ghosts everywhere. Begin your Sims journey in Crow's Crossing, an eerie village rumored to be frequented by ghosts and regular hauntings. Venture down cobbled roads where you might discover local grave markers, meet the mysterious merchant peddling an assortment of curios and collectibles, or you can even go to a casket sale. Sims seeking solace can visit the town cemetery dabbled with headstones and graves to pay respects to Sims who once walked these roads, or disappear into a crypt to share a special moment with a lover or tell ghost stories. So obviously a new woohoo location that is very interesting, with the Ravenhood Family Day or Crow's Crossing Celebration at Life festivals, haunted houses, and a ghostly guardian wishing well. So it looks like we do have some events and festivals. My only critique here is that, of course, Sims 4 tends to do this where we reuse the same kind of themes and concepts, but if they can make these festivals and events unique enough, it still could be a great addition. I also love being able to pay respect to those who have departed, and so there is a blend, it appears to be, of whimsy, also a more serious tone, and I think this is something I've always loved about The Sims franchise. Really, this does give me vibes of older Sims games, and actually I mean that as a true compliment. For a slower pace, Sims can stroll the rolling hills and idyllic countryside of Whispering Glen. In ruins and rumors, it's a paradise for collectors and historians alike. Explore the local crypt, investigate the tarot tome shrine at the base of the ruins, and the garden in the shared community plots, or gather collectibles. Collectibles is also a nice addition. Sometimes they tend to not remember those quite as well. Each night they host a moon festival where Sims can swim under moonlight, share stories, bonfire, and dance. Only thing I don't like about this is I don't know about it being every night. However, apparently something special happens during the full moon where clothing is entirely optional. Again, an interesting detail, but I could see that being glitched out. There's something otherworldly about Morning Vale. Maybe it's the way the wind howls through the moss-draped trees, the eerie clang from the bell tower at odd hours, or the sentient plants. No matter the reason, many ghosts choose to call this place home. The Grim Reaper even has been known to wander through now and then. Here, Sims can take a dip in the bog to have an out-of-body experience or transition into rebirth, partake in local customs at the festivals, or make peace with mortality at the Afterlife Anonymous meetup. Whatever happens, a trip to this neighborhood is sure to send a shiver down the spine. Now, if I had to guess, I would guess that the meetup is a rabbit hole, just getting that out there. Otherwise, some really great concepts, and it does seem like you can transform into a ghost temporarily. Keep track of everything Sims want to do in their life with the Soul's Journey, an all-encompassing reward system using aspirations and wants. Sims' Soul's Journey allows them to achieve rewards as they fulfill goals, with the ultimate reward being the ability to rebirth a Sim with a special burning soul trait after their passing. Really interesting reward. I think this would be great for storylines. Will it be too easy? Quite possibly, but still a really compelling addition in my opinion. Sims who are reborn after completing the Soul's Journey can unlock past childhood development skills, traits, and infant milestones. They might also find special ties to Sims from their past life. Players can also ensure Sims achieve fulfillment by creating and completing their bucket list. There are multiple ways for any young adult or older Sim to create a bucket list. If left alone, a Sim's bucket list will naturally populate over time based upon their traits. I love that it's based upon their traits. The question is, will it actually work? Now, there are also new interactions on the computer in Journal where you can write a random goal yourself or write a goal from a category. Completing a bucket list has powerful rewards, including the ability to experience rebirth. As a ghost, Sims might also continue their soul's journey to complete their unfinished business, which can result in an even more powerful form or rebirth with the burning soul trait. Players can let their Sims linger as a playable household member where they can wreak havoc on the living or lend a helping hand. Those Sims who build special connections with each other can also pair up for a special woohoo inside objects of all shapes and sizes. As Sims adjust to their playable Ghost Sims form, they can customize their looks and casts, awesome, build ghost powers, or even earn fear or goodwill essences from their interactions. Actually, I think a lot of people did want more customizable ghosts, and again, this is an excellent addition. I definitely hate the way the Sims franchise is going in other ways, but this pack to me says that the devs at least are trying. There are also 2 new careers, which is big because we haven't gotten very many careers in recent packs. These are the Reaper profession and the Undertaker career. Reaper profession, Sims with affinity for the afterlife can become Grim turns and work their way up to Reaper, as they make a career out of facilitating the next phase of life for Sims. Work with Grim at the Netherworld Department of Death, and even head off into the field. Sims in this profession can experience Reaper training with the all-around good guy training dummy. Practice reaping souls on practice dummies. You can determine which souls you'll reap and if they will return to life. Once retrieved, souls can be placed in the Netherworld portal to meet the soul quota. Meanwhile, the Undertaker career is a more classic career which will serve both the living and the dead. Grave digging to embalming, Sims will pursue a career in the funeral industry. I'm really interested how much they're going to show this, but you can specialize in this before afterlife care and prepare Sims for difficult moments, discuss end-of-life services, or contemplate existence. You will be rewarded rewarded with a plague mask, a Murphy membrane bust, or a plaque to honor your achievements. It does have two branches. It is a mortician or funeral director. Again, unclear about how active these careers are. Definitely interesting. I can definitely see how some people are going to say, this is totally not my thing. This pack is too morbid for me, and that is totally fine as well. Mortality and afterlife can now impact Sims and the way they interact with the world around them to create unexpected and exciting stories. Experience the Ghost Historian aspiration, unlock horror novels, and receive the Ghost Whisperer reward trait, Hallowed Grounds lot trait, so another lot trait. And then we also have new traits here. We have Macabre, Chased by Death, and Skeptic. Delve into the Phantology skill and experience Life and Death's new death type, Death by Murder of Crows. That sounds actually brutal. To prepare for their departure from the realm of the living, Sims can create a will at the town hall, via the computer, or the Family Day Festival. For wills, Sims can assign heirlooms to specific individuals, leave personal notes, set emotional reactions, and specify how they want their remains to be handled. Yes, 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 I've been wanting wills and funerals, as weird as it sounds, for a long time. If the entire household passes away, Sims can choose to donate their simoleons to a charity or to another known household. They even include 4 grief types. These are denial, holding it together, anger, and blues. The grief type a Sim receives is based off their traits and their relationship. Grief will have its own set of behaviors for Sims to navigate. It normally takes hold after the mourning period has ended. However, grief can also be caused by other things, tough situations such as the loss of a family member, a divorce. You can reach out to help for other Sims for comfort. You can also attend grief counseling and console about death to other Sims and some other interactions. Now, I think this sounds excellent. I think it adds a layer of complexity. I hope they don't enter this state for too many things. And something like losing a career, I just don't think it should be at the same level as dying. But you can let me know in the comments below what you think about that aspect. Again, I'm really glad it's here. I just wonder how it's going to be implemented. Once a Sim passes away, funeral events can be planned and held. When planning a funeral, players can choose which Sims attend, who the deceased is, select a dress code and color for guests to arrive, and a variety of 14 different activities. Some examples include giving a lighthearted eulogy, lighting candles, planting something, or serving food. Each funeral is unique, and sometimes ghost Sims could even appear at their own funeral. You can also customize memorial displays with a portrait of the deceased, select urn or tombstone they want, and decorate a gravesite. Okay, in theory, I love these details. However, I do have flashbacks to my wedding stories, I have to say it, so I hope it is better designed than my wedding stories because I see some eerie similarities. Again, on one hand, I want these features, on the other hand, I'm just a little bit concerned about this. Now, you can see at the end of the trailer, it does have these bonus items. I always say just ignore the bonus items and get it when you want to. You can purchase it by December 12th though, so it does give you a lot of time for reviews and knowing if you actually want this pack. I just never think the bonus items are worth pre-ordering it. Whatever you do, do not pre-order because you do not have to. There is a lasting legacy family portrait. I wouldn't care about that whatsoever because it looks like just random Sims. There is a mournful melodies music box. Not gonna lie, that is kind of cool. And there is also this mask, and I think it's decent and okay. So overall, I think the bonus items are fine. I just wouldn't purchase it ahead of time personally. Not gonna lie, I think this could be a pack I actually would really enjoy. I probably will be entering some giveaways, but of course I'm ahead of myself. It comes down to execution, and I want to see the gameplay trailer and of course the live stream, etc. I will try to cover this. This is in the middle of my semester teaching, so things get really crazy. This pack in particular, if you can't tell, is right up my alley. Now, I did kind of say I was going to go through the trailer some more and go through it one by one, but I'm going to save that for another video. I do apologize. It's getting kind of long and it's a lot to digest. If you do want a more detailed analysis of the trailer, I would love to do that in maybe a day or two. Just give myself a little bit of a break. Let me know what you think about this expansion pack so far. Are you impressed or are you totally against this pack or somewhere in between? Like I said, there's tons of caveats because everything sounds great, but of course there's lots of nuance in how well it's actually done. But all in all, I was really impressed with the trailer presentation. A lot of the features I saw, it does feel fresh while still adding some more complexity to The Sims 4. Let me know what you think in the comments below, like I said, and I will see you in a few days.